Alright, this is Axel00100 Cold Render.
And
This is
this
my
is
bro.
Halo7054
Yeah.
and I for Let's Play. It's me,
Yeah.
Tony.
Halo7054. He does all his Let's Plays and I do all my game reviews. And today we're going to talk about Soul Sacrifice on the PS Vita, which is a pretty intense game.
It really is. Disturbing points, disturbing stories.
Yeah, but just start off with actually talking about it before the game came out. We saw the poster on GameStop,
That was
and
badass.
we saw the poster and we were like, I instantly called this guy and I was like, yo, this poster looks awesome, look it up and tell me what you think about it. And he did,
And when I
and
looked it up, it was like badass. They're swinging their swords everywhere. The sword thing just killed it for me. And then when you get to cast all these spells and the explosions come up, that was just so awesome. It was non-stop epicness, right?
yeah. But so eventually I go to the little PS Vita with all the trailers on it and I find it and I watch it maybe a week or so later when it actually has it on it. And there's casting spells and fucking magical weapons and shit. And I was like, oh my god, like, whoa. And we're looking for co-op games all the time to play together. So I was like, I don't care if this game is co-op or not, I'm gonna get it, and you should too. So I was like, this game's gonna be crazy. Just looking at it, the trailer, the freaking poster or whatever, it was intense. It was one of those games that when you saw just a little bit about it, you knew you had to have it. It
Yeah,
was that good of a
I jizzed
game.
in my pants when I saw the trailer.
Yeah, he jizzed in his pants.
It was really cool. That's a true gamer, by the way. True gamer stuff.
Yeah, we
It's
don't we
really
don't play Call of Duty all our life, and that's all we do. We play legitimate games other than Call
no
of Duty.
game.
Yeah,
A real gamer sticks to Legend of Zelda and shit and more.
yeah. Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, fucking Mario, Frogger, um, computer games like StarCraft, World of Warcraft, fucking World of Warcraft.
See, varieties, not one.
Yeah,
So go to other games, ladies and men.
yeah. Call of Duty isn't the best game in the world. It actually really sucks.
I don't
Story
know.
mode's probably good. Online play, not cool. They camp under the ground and kill people over and over again.
Yeah, they just shoot him in the crotch. I
That just
found out.
ruins the game. Anyway, back to Soul Sacrifice. So, pre-ordered this game. We both did, and
Got two new customs.
yeah,
Japanese voice pack, which I didn't really use. I mean, it's just a
yeah,
Japanese voice pack, unless you like to hear Japanese girls go,
yeah.
stuff like that. And what else got unlocked in there?
We got like three
three,
three
three,
spells.
three spells, like an egg spell, and the pitchfork, and then the homing things. But if you think you can boost in this game, like upgrade your abilities, well, not the attacks or anything, just upgrade your uses, basically. So
But real
it's pretty
fast, before we
funny.
get too far into the video, it's going to be a super huge spoiler. We're going to talk about the story, some of the things that goes on, and some of the things that you can do with the game, which is pretty intense. So if you don't want a spoiler, then I don't suggest watching the rest of this video. Although we'll hit some pretty important points, but it'll be when we get to it. But if you're okay with spoilers and you really want a good review on a game, then keep watching, and we may ruin the story a little bit, but it'll be worth it when you actually get there. Like, this game's freaking intense.
It really is.
So, you start off in this game, you're in a freaking cage made out of bones, and you watch this guy, like, blow up his cage. He's got a fireball, and he was like, oh, I was gonna escape, and then he dies, and you're like, was that the main character? Like, what just
Yeah,
happened?
I was like, I'm
Like,
kind of confused here.
yeah, I watched it, and I was like, what just happened? Was like that the end, like a
Yeah.
foreshadowing kind of thing, or like what? But it turns out it was just another dude.
Mhm.
But he drops this book, and you pick it up, and you're like, or like it starts talking to you, and you're like, this
Mhm.
book's talking to me, whatever. So you pick it up, and it tells you all this stuff, and you start reading through it, and that's how the game starts. When you read through it, it's actually teaching you all you need to know in order to save the world, because it's in peril right now. So you start off as this mystery dude that nobody knows about. You can customize what he looks like, his skin, his voice.
Make him black.
You can make him black or green or red. You know, your typical anime kind of game. But the gameplay, it comes up to basically having 3 spells that you can choose from at a time, if I can get it in the screen. And then you can switch between the 2 pages of 3 spells, so you have 6 in all during your battles. And soul sacrifice, something has to be sacrificed. So you eventually get spells, or actually what they call black rites. When you use a black rite, you have to sacrifice something. So the first one you get is
The body one, the one that you sacrifice your skin and then flames engulf your body and spreads everywhere around the field and it hurts the enemies no matter where they are basically. And then, but the downside to that, it halves your defense, but your skin doesn't look like it's missing. It only looks like it's missing when it happens. Basically.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides that I was kind of the only really thing that I was disappointed about this game is that when you use a black rite, you sacrifice a body part or something, and you do something really cool, but it affects you for the rest of the game until you repair your body basically. But like the first one that you get, you sacrifice your skin and you do this cool fire move, and this giant fire monster comes out and starts sweeping and shit. So you sacrifice your skin, you get 50% defense reduction for that, but your skin doesn't look any different. You still look the same. There's another one where you sacrifice your eye, and when you do that, you hold your eye, but there's like a million around you, and they're like little machine guns or like a Gatling gun. They spin in a circle and shoot a million lasers.
Petrifies you too. It's so
The downside is that you lose half of your screen. It like goes into like an oval.
Yeah.
So maybe you get like maybe that much of your screen, and then the rest of the outside is all black.
When I used it at first, it wasn't as bad, but on the next level, when I went on the next level, it affected me greatly. Like it was that small, little, like he was saying.
So black rights are pretty badass. It's just that
a last resort thing.
Like the negative effects, they carry on, but your character still looks the same. Like I think one of them you sacrifice your right arm, and later on you still have the arm in the next missions, but it doesn't. The things that you put onto your right arm to help you get other abilities or other stats or whatever, they won't be able to. You can't use them until you fix your arm, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But other than that, the story, it goes from having a partner to this the Avalon sorcerer group or whatever. They have to go around, sacrifice all the monsters, and kill them so they don't ever do anything else after that. And humans also become monsters, which they call archfiends, and they're a lot harder. And if you're not skilled enough, they whip your ass like real quick.
Especially the ones that have their life greatly. What was the word I'm looking for? The ones that have been in hard times, the ones like that.
They're very hard. Yeah, the ones that give in to greed or whatever, and they turn into a monster.
Have a very hard life. They're really hard.
Yeah.
They don't play.
So the game doesn't have a difficulty setting, but as you go further into the game, well, it kind of has a difficulty setting. Like, at first it shows like it's only a 1 star, and then it goes up to like 10 stars, but when you get further into the story, the difficulty will jump up, and things will get harder. So
very hard, trust me.
Yeah.
We're not playing.
It'll get frustrating at points unless you actually do something about it.
Yeah, I'm sitting there yelling at the screen for like 10 hours.
I would be at work, and I'd be on my lunch playing, and like I would lose, and I'd be like, God dang it! I'd get pissed too.
Yeah, it's no joke. This will bring out the anger. It's not close to Dark Souls, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Another good news is the game is co-op, which is really great. You play online, but you can only do the album and the packs or whatever. Like the main story mode, you can only do in single player.
I don't think you can do that.
But the good thing is that you actually get to level up while you're doing the album and packs online or by yourself. And in the album and packs, like when you sacrifice, or if you save an archfiend, then it becomes a teammate eventually. Like right after you save them, it says that their human form, they come back as their human form and they help you out. So when you do the Avalon packs, if you can't get online and play multiplayer, you can have up to 2 of the saved archfiends or the people now, and they'll help you out in the missions. The only problem is that they're computers, and you know how computers are in all games.
They get their asses kicked.
They get whooped. Stupid. So I would suggest finding one with a divine arm that can heal himself and doing that, because they're much less useless.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's just a scratch.
It's just a scratch. And you're like,
Like this bitch again.
Another downside is when your teammates die, when you go to save them or sacrifice them. If you sacrifice them, you get this cool move and something happens. But if you save them and want them to keep fighting or playing, then it costs half your health just about. So
So
be
yeah.
prepared for that.
And do it when there's no monsters close to you. If there's a
Oh,
monster
God.
close to you, they'll hit you, and it doesn't care about hit protection.
They'll
They'll hit
fuck
you,
your ass up
and you'll die, and you'll get mad.
really quick.
No
But,
joke.
But what are some of the things that you enjoy about the game?
Oh, what I enjoyed about the game was the amount of spells you get. Like, every time I finish a quest, I'm like, what spell am I going to get? It's like the varieties that you get to go through. Like, just now, like, I just got a new spell that I didn't know was in the game. Delvon didn't know it was in the game. It's cool, but I can't use it until I have the aid of another ally. So you need to use it if you're multiplayer. There's some spells like that. I got 2 of those. And the other thing I like about it is the sigils. Like, you can change your arm, the way it looks, and you can change like how much health you get, right? Yeah, all that stuff. It's so cool, and that's what captured my attention the most was those.
Yeah, I met a lot of people online. One guy was like, I got a PS Vita just so I can get Soul Sacrifice. Like, this game is that good. You look at it, the game trailer or whatever, if you haven't even looked at it and you're just going to YouTube to find just reviews real fast, go watch the game trailer and just how it runs, how the game plays, how it looks is freaking amazing. Some of the bosses are really intense. There's one that I haven't gotten to yet. I got to fight once, but it was so intense that it lagged me out of the online party. Like, it was bad, but it one-shotted me and I was on the ground, and I was like, oh,
No.
yeah, not gonna fly.
That'll make me go, what?
Besides the sacrifice thing with sacrificing an arm and it still being there in the next mission, you still have the negative effect, but your arm's kind of still there. Besides that, I haven't found anything negative about the game besides it being so fucking hard eventually if you're not high enough level.
It's a headache.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy, but other than that one little thing, of course there's always one little thing in every game. The game it's just freaking awesome. Like, just looking at the game trailer, I was like, dude, we're gonna get this game. Like, we were psyched about this game.
And I wasn't disappointed.
Oh God, no.
That story is very, very, very cool. Like, it's the most awesome story.
There's a million ups and downs and twists in that story, which keeps you like you'll get to points where like, oh, it's all over, the game's over, and then something happens and you're like, oh shit, like something just happened. Oh shit, like, whoa.
My eyes were opening. I'm like, what?
I got to the point where every day when I got off work, I was playing that game, and I was playing the story mode by myself most of the time, just to figure out what the fuck's going on next. Another thing I really liked about the game was how you navigate through the menus of the game. The journal that talks to you and stuff. When you navigate through the menus, you're basically looking at the chapter list or whatever. So you have like the Mad Chronicle, the story of like all the myths and all this shit about all the monsters and stuff, the stories behind them, and the lore and all that stuff. I can't remember the other two. I never really looked at them that much, but
do you mean the ones with the environments and places they get to look
yeah,
at?
the history behind all the environments, and I can't remember the fourth one. Oh yeah. There was one part of the book that strictly goes to what your character looks like, what they wear, the different costumes that you get,
There's a lot
what
of
your arm looks like, how you customize the sigils on your right arm, and the different spells that you carry on your belt. But I actually took the time to read all the myth and lore, all the monster backgrounds and what they do, all the archfiend backgrounds, and the area backgrounds, like what's the story behind all of them. It actually takes a pretty good long to read through, but like if you want a better understanding of, because the archfiends, they talk when you're fighting them, and they say all this stuff, and if you don't read the lore behind the archfiends at least, then you won't know what they're talking about. You're gonna be like, what's he talking about? You read about it, and you'll understand why they're saying all those things, because they're all, even though there's a lot of the same in the game, it's still it just, you'll see it over and over again, and it'll all make sense if you start off by reading the lore behind all that stuff. And of course, there's a DLC that's already coming out on the 28th.
28. Yeah, it's gonna be. It has like 6 new monsters coming up in total.
Yeah, in total, but this month, the 28th, there's gonna be 2, the next month there's going to be 2 more on the 18th or something, and then on the 28th or 29th of next month there'll be 2 more, and they look pretty legitimate. I was looking at them and I was like, damn. One of them's an Ouroboros, which is kind of crazy, but
Yeah, it looks weird too. Like, and the other one is like some kind of it's some kind of thing that's holding a cage or something like that. I'm not sure what that thing is, but it's disturbing. It has a head in a cage.
it's gonna be pretty crazy.
Yes, it is. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think it comes with new spells. I'm not sure, but I know it comes with side quests and shit. So obviously,
Yeah.
it has like a lot of shit coming. So.
But we're psyched about the game. We love it. Everything about it. People that I've met online, they were like, "Oh, I got this game just by looking at the name." Like, this game is one of those games where you see the name or you see the trailer and you know for sure, like 100%, you have to have it. And when you play it, you're not unsatisfied at all. Like, that game was fucking awesome. Like, this game became one of my favorite games of all time. Like that, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was one of my favorite ones too. And then the Halo series is pretty legit. Um, just it's just one of those games you really need to get. I highly recommend it. This guy does.
Yeah, and I'm like really.
And he's more into RPG, Final Fantasy type games, or horror survival, which are pretty legit games
and
too.
that's combined into this a little bit, and like
you'll see his let's plays of his horror survival games with Call of Cthulhu and all those crazy games. I'm gonna try to get into some of the computer games.
But be careful. Call of Cthulhu actually crashed on me, but I don't know if it was Fraps or so I gotta continue that game and see what it was.
I can actually keep up with his channel. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's been a little long of a video though, so we should probably stop right here. But that's a review for Soul Sacrifice. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, fucking whatever. That game was amazing. Love it. If you don't have a PS Vita, I highly suggest it. They're pretty legit. They have 2 touch screens, 2 cameras. Get a blue one. Get a black one. I think there's only black ones, and then you have the blue case.
And there's a red one, but I think that's only Soul Sacrifice one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Soul Sacrifice pack for it soon. But yeah, that's a review. Hope you enjoyed it. Axel 0001, 00100, or Cold Render,
Halo7054 or Dookie,
or Mr. Tiger for Xbox Live, or that's your PSN, right? Mr. Tiger?
I use that for my accounts.
Yeah, my PSN's cold_render for PSN, since PSN is a loser. But but that's a review. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hopefully next time, the next game that we both play, we can jump up and review it again.
And tell you about the awesomenesses. And there are some games that are coming out that I would like to tell you about too. So
yeah. But thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel and his channel. We're both kind of teaming up together, so we hope you get the game and we see you online. So deuces.
Dookie.